Greetings and welcome to Nathan Lyle Official. If you've never seen my face in the video before, my name is Nathan Lyle. This is my personal channel where I do vlogs, reviews, and honestly, whatever the fuck I feel like at the time. That's what this channel's for. It's my creative outlet and stress relief and just, it's whatever the fuck I feel like it's being at that time. You know, it's been a year since, I mean, it's been more than a year since the pandemic happened, but it's been like a year. Like, everyone's been doing the 1 year anniversaries of, like, lockdown and all this bullshit, but, like, here's the thing. If we had actually locked down, this thing wouldn't be here a year later. That's the thing that pisses me off most, especially, like, you still have people out there complaining, like, oh, the mask, man, it's like, it hurts my ears, it's hard to breathe. Well, bitch, if you had just spent, like, 2 or 3 months just, you know, wearing a mask, social distancing, and just staying the fuck indoors, then we could be out of this shit by now. But no. You assholes want to be stupid. Well, you're dealing with the consequences of your own dumbassery. I mean, I'm not saying, like, everything would have turned out perfectly and that nobody dies, but, like, honestly, every time you don't wear a mask, you're making it so that you have to wear a mask again. Because we're probably not going to be completely out of the woods before this year is over. I mean, the vaccination thing is going well, better than we planned. But still, it's like a small percentage of the population. We still got 1,000 people dying every fucking day. And people are like, it infringes on my freedoms, the blah, blah, blah. Go fuck yourself, honestly. Just, like, all of you can just die. I don't care. I don't care. The hardest part about all of it is that people are giving up. A lot of the people who do care are giving up because they're just tired of fighting these assholes. And then when those people give up, the people who really, really care the most, they're like, well, they're feeling abandoned by the people that they thought were on their side. Because it's like, well, yeah, I'm the only one left fighting this war anymore. And it sucks. It fucking sucks. We shouldn't be in this situation in the first place. But simple fact of the matter is, we end this bitch. Plain and simple. We end this bitch. And we need to do what's right. And fuck your feelings. We got lives to save, man. If you want the world to go back to normal, it's gotta be shitty for a little bit. It's just how it is. Trying to act like it's normal when shit's going to hell, you're just gonna make it all worse. And it's gonna take that much longer for shit to go back to normal. But whatever. So, I had money coming in recently, you know, because got my taxes back, got my stimulus check in. You know, I looked at my thing, because I looked at my bank statements last year, before all of this shit happened. I maxed out in 2020 at $3,000 in my checking account, $4,000 in my savings account. And then, you know, with the stimulus, losing my job, all of this shit going on, I got as low as $600 in my checking, and I got as low as $500 in my savings. I bottomed out. I mean, legitimately, man. Like, at the time, it didn't necessarily feel like it, but, you know, looking at it now, it's like that first stimulus check, if that hadn't been there, do not know for sure if I'd have made it. Although, if I would have been able to keep paying rent and keep feeding myself. Because, like, at the time, I still had enough, but I underestimated how long it would take to get a new job. And then even when getting that job, it's like, you know, we're not open 100%. You know, and it was hard to get, wasn't getting the hours, wasn't getting the money. So, yeah. But now I'm back to $3,000 in checking. That's back to normal. Only $2,000 in savings. But here's the thing, though. I actually spent some of that money because, like, I spent the majority of the stimulus check already. Why? I went to BetterHelp. They've got financial aid for anyone who's suffering, struggling, and so I got the financial aid, and then I used the stimulus check to just honestly just sign up for a whole year. So yeah, I'm getting a year of mental health support, but a year of therapy on the government's dime. Fuck you, Republicans. Fuck you, Ted Cruz. Fuck you, Lindsey Graham. Fuck you, Mitch McConnell. I'm getting a year of therapy paid for by the U.S. government. Suck it! And I got a little bit left over. And now I'm about to, my bank account's about to take a small hit. But it's one that it's a sacrifice I'm willing to make because, wait, I'm trying to, yeah, I did in 2020. I mean, yeah, I did publish something in 2020. I'm trying to keep it all going. I don't know if I'm actually going to be able to achieve this, but I'd like to, for the next 20 years, be able to publish a book a year. And honestly, like, if I wanted to, I have enough money, and I have 3 books written, and I have enough money. I could publish all of them, but then I'd have nothing to do next year. So I'm spreading it out just so that, like, hey, I have like a regular scheduled program thing. Like once a year you get a new Nathan Lyle book. It gives me time to write them, and it gives you time to not get tired of me. So yeah, I've got about the next 10 planned out. I've got 3 already written, and I'm working on 3 more. The next 3. Like, I've got outlines done, and it's just about, like, fleshing it out. It's all the detail work, honestly. Like, the story, it's basically done, but, like, I'm not, like, a detail-oriented guy. I'm an outside-in person. Like, it's like, for me, telling a story is kind of like, putting a puzzle together. You start with the edges. You get all the corners. You put the edges together. And then, you put all the little pieces in, work your way inward until eventually the picture starts looking clear. Okay, that's how I do it. I find the details that make the story fit. But not to lie, sometimes you realize the details don't fit. You gotta change the story a little bit. But, I'm telling you, like, in general, this is my basic writing style. Anyways, off topic. So yeah. I'm gonna start working. I'm getting it out there. Talked with a consultant already, so yeah, I'm going to announce it's happening. Probably in summer, maybe a little later. I can't give you an exact date right this time, but it's gonna be sometime after my birthday. That's all I can say for sure. So most likely sometime in summer. I'm going to be publishing my first short story. It's about 10K words, little more, little less, can't remember. I think I'm about to beef it up to like 11K. Well, anyways, the story is called Forever Amen, and it's something that's been around for honestly more than a decade. That I first conceived of the idea in my late teens, early 20s, somewhere in there, and then I've workshopped it with a few. I showed it to some friends. I've workshopped it in my creative writing class when I was in college. It's gone through a few iterations. That's why it was the first one I wrote, because that's the one that I have the most feedback on, and so I could do the most editing on, because I had plenty of different opinions from different people about what would make this better, and so I had more to work with. That's why I wrote that one first. But yeah, so that's coming next, and then after that it's kind of an action, adventure, mystery, thriller, kind of fantasy, all of the above. It's all of the above. I'm not sure how to classify it. It involves like dimensional travel. Think like quantum leap. What's that other one? It's like, I think it's like Jerry O'Connell did thing. I want to say Leapers, but it's not that. It's like Sliders, that 90s thing. It's a really bad TV show. If you don't know what I'm talking about, don't watch it. It's so stupid. But like it's in the realm of like those types of stories. It's like Sliders but good. With elements of like Mortal Kombat, Harry Potter thrown in there. Anyways, so yeah, Forever Our Man coming this year, and next year, book one of the next year, the Marina, which is actually book one of a very long series. I mean, I say book one, but technically it's chapter one. This was supposed to be a very long novel. It's like 26 chapters right now, I think. And so yeah, basically I took chapter one and turned it into its own short story because like the first chapter rock solid, last two chapters rock solid. Everything in the middle like just progressively worse. So I need time to work on those middle stories and flesh it out. So I decided first chapter will be its own little mini book, and then someday you'll get to see the full story. Hopefully, I don't know. There's always a 50% chance I'll die before I finish it, the whole thing, but I mean, there's always a chance I could die before I wake up. You know, like at any point in time, an airplane could fall out of the sky and just land on my apartment. It's a weird fear that I have. It makes no fucking sense, but it's something I think about constantly, that at any point in time, no matter where I am at that moment, there's always this concern that an airplane's just gonna, like its engines will fail, it'll fall out of the sky, and just land on top of whatever building I happen to be standing in. Anyways, comic books, they're put off for now. Basically, the books that I'm writing, we're gonna try to keep doing just year at a time. In comics, honestly, we're gonna. I want to get back to that, but we're gonna see. We're gonna see where my life goes from here. So, yeah. I mean, I'd like to still get at least a few of them out there at some point in time. Don't worry, I'm not sick. My throat's just dry. It's hot. It's hotter than it should be. Like it's getting to summer. I mean, in Texas, summer's no joke. Like, Texas summer, it's like 80 degrees at night. Like, we're not there yet, but that's where we headed. Okay? So, anyways. So, yeah. Forever I'm In. It's coming out soon. More details on that as we get closer to an actual release date. And yeah, that's all I gotta say. And just I take showers when I get home from work just 'cause I feel icky. There's just too many icky people around and they make me feel icky, so I take showers. Got a boo-boo on my arm, got a band-aid on it. I ran out of things to say, but yeah. I mean, here's the thing though. Here's one thing I will say. I don't like holidays in general because it's all bullshit. It's just like, oh, like the one day, like Thanksgiving is bullshit. First of all, anyone who still believes that whole story about, oh, the first Thanksgiving, it's all crap. Okay, like the first Thanksgiving was just George Washington saying, hey, we should set aside a day to give thanks. That's literally how Thanksgiving happened. That's all it is. Anything else, crap. Got nothing to do with the Native Americans in any way, shape, or form. Nothing to do with the fucking Pilgrims. The first Thanksgiving was the late 1700s. Like 1780 something, I think. But anyways, it's just crap. You want to be thankful for something, you should be thankful for everything you have every day. So here's my thing. First of all, I'm thankful that my migraines aren't as bad anymore. And I think, honestly, since leaving my last job, like, that's the one good thing about COVID. I don't struggle with migraines half as much, because life doesn't suck half as much, probably. I mean, they still come up, but, like, I'm better at fighting them. I'm thankful that my fridge full of food. Yeah, I did some H-E-B shopping last weekend, so, fridge full of food once again. That's always good. Like when you open your fridge and you have no idea what you're gonna eat, and you can just pick. You can just pick something, and that's what you eating. I love it. My freezer full of hot pockets and pizza rolls because I'm a child. I've also got hamburgers and hot dogs just ready to heat up and cook. Got a bunch of just, sliced meat. Anytime I want to make a sandwich, I got way more cheese than any man should ever need. But that's how I live. That's how a boy lives. This is the way I live. You know what? I've been talking too long and I'm getting delirious. So I'm just gonna go ahead and say goodbye. And yeah, the whole point of this was mostly just to say, people suck, but my life, I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I'm not sick. My throat's just dry. I'm gonna get some water I'm gonna chug like 2 20 ounces of water, 2 20-ounce bottles of water before I go to bed, and then life goes on. Good night, everybody.